when children under the age of 13 should be allowed to access social media.
Hello, my name is Brianna Schroeder, and I'm going to be arguing the negative, which is children under the age of 13 should not be allowed to use social media.
Today I'm going to talk about how children under the age of 13 should be allowed to use social media. I believe they should be allowed to use social media for a variety of reasons. Social media is very beneficial for people of all ages, and especially younger people. It is a good way to be entertained and to be able to contact your friends and family. First of all, NIH.gov says that a study shows that a majority of young people feel more accepted on social media and also that they have someone to talk to. This is very important for young people because having someone to talk to can help you during hard times, and being accepted in a community is important for your mental health. When people aren't accepted, they feel lonely and develop anxiety. This means that social media is a good opportunity for young people to talk with someone when they are going through a hard time or when they need help. It also makes it easy to talk to your friends or family, which is also a good way or sometimes a better way to get help from someone. Not only that, but the more people that are on social media means the more people that others can talk to. So if a child wants to get information or help from someone their own age, it is easy for them to do it on social media. Also, they can offer help to other people who need it. Another way social media is beneficial for young people is the information that they can get from social media. Not only can young people get helpful information from social media, like events that could happen in the future or information that could be helpful in school, like essay writing tips or math subjects. Also, MIAPPI.com states that news on social media nowadays is more likely to be true than ever before, and also that news on social media travels faster than some news channels. Children can not only find news from social media, but a source of entertainment from social media. Linkspringer.com says that sources of entertainment like music, short videos, and more, which can all be found on social media, can improve people's moods, strengthen friendships with others, and increase competence. These are important traits to have because if you have a bad mood and weak friendships, it can make you depressed. On top of that, if you don't have good competence, you won't be able to perform well in school or at a job. People can post things online which allows them to be creative. Younger people can express their creativity like making art and posting it online. And not only that, but they can get feedback from people which could help them improve. Also, children can grow on social media, which can build their confidence to help ignore negative comments. And after that experience with their new knowledge, they can teach someone else who needs feedback. You may think that children can lose sleep or forget about their homework. However, their parents can enable time limits on their phone for certain apps, which makes it so that once someone has used their daily time limit of social media, their phone won't let them use the app. Then it is easier for the child to go to sleep or focus on something important. This gives the child an opportunity to do something good on social media and then complete a project or homework assignment after. Now let's talk about some negative things about not letting younger children use social media. Firstly, how would you manage or stop younger people from accessing social media? And also, you may think that we can use a form of verification, but that would encourage younger people to trick their parents into verifying an account, or worse, take their parents' form of identification and use it to access social media. And if this does happen, children who get access to social media through one of these ways, children can get access to social media through one of these ways, and children who don't could feel excluded, or sometimes they could get bullied because they don't have social media. Another topic would be getting unwanted messages from people like child predators or people who are trying to scam you. You may see that these people are dangerous for young children online because they're especially vulnerable to these people. However, social media allows people to not accept messages from people who aren't your friends. Friends being people who you follow and who follow you back. Or you can choose to not accept messages at all. Also, parents can manage their child's account and block unwanted people who try to message their child, which prevents these online dangers from children. In conclusion, social media is helpful in a variety of ways, especially for young people. As I mentioned before, young people can get various benefits and traits from social media, one being communication with someone during a hard time, and another being able to express your creativity online and gaining feedback so you can improve.
Brianna, are you ready for the cross-examination?
You mentioned that children would feel like excluded if they didn't have social media. If no kid was allowed to have social media, why would they feel excluded?
Because I mentioned that some children can get access by tricking their parents, and if they do, then other people can feel excluded because they don't have social media like the other people as their friends.
But why would the kids trick their parents?
Because if they aren't allowed to have social media, and they want to get access, they would try to do possibly anything they can to get access, which could be tricking their parents.
Why would you want social media? There's a lot of other apps that can bring you entertainment, allow you to communicate with friends. You don't need social media to do that, so why would kids need it?
Because they could do beneficial things on social media that helps them, or do it basically a lot of stuff on social media,
Like what?
like posting things online or being in contact with their friends.
Why would you post something online? It's sharing more about your personal information to basically the whole world.
But people could do it anyways because it's what you could do whatever you want on social media. Like if you can post, then people will post on social media.
Yeah, but why should little children post about their daily lives for everyone in the world to see? Aren't we supposed to be protecting them?
It doesn't have to be about their daily lives. It could be about a video game they play or about something that they're interested in.
So what if you mentioned if they get hate comments, they'll learn to grow from that? But what would happen if they got the hate comments before they learned how to ignore them?
Well, if they get hate comments, then it's a negative thing, but if they do get hate, like if they get positive comments, it gives them confidence to ignore hate comments.
But what if they only got negative comments? Social media's comment place is really bad for a bunch of like streamers, YouTubers, people who post. Most of their comments are negative things. So how would you prevent that from affecting a child's mental health?
Social media apps can allow you to disable the comments, just disable people from commenting. If you get a lot of hate comments.
If you disable people from commenting, what's the purpose of posting and getting feedback?
You could disable it, but you don't have to post things to get feedback. You can post things that you're interested in.
But what's the purpose of posting if you don't get anything out of it?
To entertain people, which is what people usually want to do on social media.
Okay, thank you.
Brianna, you ready for next instruction?
Children under the age of 13 should not be allowed to use social media. It's like handing a puppy a phone. Sure, they might accidentally capture some cute moments, but more likely they'll end up chewing the phone. Kids under 13 need time to grow before they can navigate social media. Allowing children under 13 on social media exposes them to an increased risk of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. ABC News discusses the death of 11-year-old Selena Rodriguez, who committed suicide due to predators on social media. Social media is failing to protect children on their platforms. They're trading their mental health in interest for profit. The American Psychological Association, also known as APA, identified the negative impacts associated with social media using them directly to mental health problems. The Centers of Disease Control and Preservation states, the suicide rate for male teens increased 31% after 2007, and female teen suicide hit a 40-year high. In 2007, the first iPhone was released, meaning that access to social media was greater than before. This shows an undeniable correlation between social media and suicidal rates. By restricting access to social media for children under the age of 13, we have the power to mitigate these mental health risks, safeguarding them from the perils of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. About 46% of children and teens on social media have been cyberbullied before. APA's health advisory cited several studies that found online bullying and harassment can be more severe than offline bullying. StopBullying.gov explains the major effects of bullying. The website states, bullying can affect everyone, those who are bullied, those who bully, and those who witness bullying. Bullying is linked to many negative outcomes, including impacts on substance use, suicide, and mental health issues. Two major mental health issues they mentioned are depression and anxiety. Those increase feelings of sadness and loneliness, change sleep and eating patterns, and help children lose activities they enjoy. These issues can also persist into adulthood if not stopped sooner. If we restrict social media for children under the age of 13, we can shield them from severe psychological impact of cyberbullying, fostering an environment where they could grow and develop without undue burden of online harassment. Development is very important for children under the age of 13. The NC Department of Health and Human Services states, when brain development in young children is fully supported, they're more likely to reach milestones critical to future individual and community success. APA's warnings also extend to the developmental sphere. They highlight the struggle that developing brain may face with self-control, the potential for addiction impacting sleep, physical activity, and in-person social interactions is a valid concern. We must acknowledge that the adolescent brain is a work in progress, and exposure to the addictive nature of social media can impede their development. To mitigate this issue, we must restrict children under the age of 13 access to social media. Restricting access is not about stifling their growth or sheltering them from the digital age. Instead, it's about acknowledging the unique vulnerabilities of future generations and implementing measures to protect their mental health, shield them from cyberbullying, and facilitate healthy development. Thank you.
Matthew, are you ready for cross-examination?
Yeah, I'm ready. How is a 12-year-old with a phone comparable to a puppy with a phone?
Well, their brains aren't fully developed yet. Online research shows that at 16, your brain reaches the 80% development mark. That's midway through their teen life. So how can a child be as prepared for social media as adulthood, like a puppy is to a dog?
Yeah, but you said that a puppy would do something like chew on a phone, but would a 12-year-old really chew on their phone?
No, but they might do something as bad as that, like posting something they're not supposed to, seeing things they're not supposed to, like things rated 18 plus.
Yeah, but things rated 18 plus are usually blocked on most social media sites.
Not really. Not everything that's 18 plus is blocked on all social media sites. Social media sites don't block much. They have all their posts going through so they could earn more money.
You need to check again, check.
Wouldn't blocking people online make it so that people can't bully you online?
Well, if you block everyone, that goes back to your point. Social media allows people to not feel lonely. So if everyone cyberbullies, because about 46% of children and teens get cyberbullied, if all of them block the people who cyberbully, they're back to the first point of being lonely.
You're saying that they would block everyone, how would they get feedback? But it's not like they would block everyone, because there's still people who would want to be positive to them and give them feedback.
But not everyone's like that. You said you wanted people to have social media so they can have a bigger platform to communicate with people. Do you know how many people on social media cyberbully? To have about 46% of people bullied on social media.
But then there's still 54% that aren't bullied, and those people could still be positive.
But a part of those 54% are the people that bully the 46% of people that are bullied. While acknowledging the potential benefits of social media, it's essential to consider the negative aspects and address the counter-arguments present. Firstly, the affirmative argue that social media is a good way for communication and entertainment, providing a sense of connection and in combating loneliness. However, we must recognize that excessive use of social media can lead to isolation and negatively impact mental health. Studies such as those highlighted by the American Psychological Association, also known as APA, link social media use to mental health problems, indicating that the feeling of connection can be superficial and may not replace genuine human interactions. The notion that more people on social media means more opportunities for communication and help is valid, but we should also acknowledge the risks associated with misinformation. The rapid spread of unverified news, as highlighted by linksbrainers.com, can lead to discrimination of inaccurate information, causing potential harm instead of offering genuine assistance. Furthermore, the argument that social media can improve mood, increase competence, and strengthen friendships is acknowledged. However, we must also consider the potential negative impact on mental health as demonstrated by the rates of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts as associated with social media, particularly in younger users. ABC News mentions 11-year-old Selena Rodriguez dying because of a social media platforms Instagram and Facebook. We cannot let children die because others want profit. Additionally, while it is suggested that parents can manage their kids' accounts and enable time limits on apps, we must recognize that not all parents, most parents trust their kids to focus on work. If they trust them, why would they monitor and control their kids' online activities? This lack of oversight could lead to a sense of unsupported children and potential exposure to online risks. In conclusion, while social media does offer certain benefits, it's crucial to weigh them against the potential drawbacks. Striking a balance between the positive and negative aspects, we realize that social media does more harm than good. And this is why I believe children under the age of 13 should not use social media. Thank you.
I agree with my opponent that children can do bad things online, however, their parents can manage their accounts and set restrictions against these things. And the benefits of social media, like getting feedback, is still possible, even though there can be negative comments. It is possible to block them from commenting. Just because you block people who are negative doesn't mean there aren't positive people who want to encourage others. Like I said before, a majority of kids feel more accepted on social media. This is a major thing, especially for children. Also, if children do get negative comments and are affected by it, it is so possible to talk with someone who can teach you about how to react to negative comments. Social media also offers a way to post about your creativity, which, as I mentioned before, is helpful when you need feedback, and also once they are given feedback, they can give feedback to others. News is very important for everyone, and young people can find news on social media as well as helpful information, which not only helps in school, but could also help you later in life. And considering that social media can increase competence, you can also do work more efficiently at a job and in school. And parents can easily be informed about important things on how to manage your child's account and how to set restrictions. While not all parents will do this, if enough are informed about it, most of them will set beneficial restrictions and block dangers from their children.
In the affirmative and the negative, please stand and acknowledge the judges.